Hello, hello. Welcome back after the break from our first match. Uh, we will be doing Resurrection first versus Corinthians now. I'm here with Dwarf. How you doing, Dwarf?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much. I very much enjoyed the last game, even though it was a 3-0. It was interesting to see how Instella sort of just squashed Flame Esports. I thought it'd be a much more competitive match. But looking forward to this one, got Resurrection and Corinthians. I think this is two teams that, you see Resurrection, you're like, okay, this team's going to win. But then you look at Corinthians and the sort of games that they've had and how close they brought it, and maybe it's not too simple.
Yeah, I kind of agree. You know, Resurrection is looking like a very strong team, but Corinthians are not like far behind. They definitely do have a chance to get this win. I just think needs kind of the right conditions. Resurrection have to be playing bad, and Corinthians have to be just playing solid.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because I played them last week and only just beat them 3-2. I think so many people underestimate this team, and if Resurrection do this, that could spell the end for them and their flawless run so far, as they are 2-0. Corinthians are 1-1. But yeah, I mean, whilst we wait for these teams to get in, we may as well go to predictions, Toxo. What are you saying?
um, hmm. I'm gonna say just based off performances and Resurrection with you last week. I'm gonna say Resurrection 3-2. I
See,
wanna
that was my prediction from the podcast as well, so
ah feel like
I'm gonna
I
stick with it.
okay. Well, we have another dual casters on. Me and GCI did the exact same things versus Flame and Interstellar. We both predicted 3-0, 3-1 or 3-0 Flame. No, they lost. They got swept. So hopefully, we haven't cursed Corinthians now. Sorry, not Corinthians. So hopefully we haven't cursed Resurrection.
Or maybe we do hope that we cast Resurrection. Maybe this is the voodoo magic that the casters bring to, you know, we are on different teams on the same side of the conference, so maybe cursing Resurrection might be a viable strategy for us.
Yeah, you know, having Resurrection lose here helps us both, actually. So, Corinthians,
Yeah.
please?
Please pull out a win, please. And they can do it, to be fair. They've got the skill. They just need to find the right play style, I think. Because Resurrection play a very chasey, a very sort of in your face play style. Don't let JW anywhere near the ball, and you should be fine. Um, I think they play out of confidence. So if you start off strong and put them in a sort of back foot in terms of pressure and shots, they will start to see sort of crumbles. And especially if you take the first game, that's going to be a massive knock in confidence, which they do have in bundles. There's Resurrection, but Corinthians, if they start off strong, I could see them taking it.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with you on that. It is really down to the first game, and keep JWBS off that ball, please. And you're gonna actually have a very close series. It's not really like on paper, it's not really too much you have to do, but in practice, getting that in early challenges on the Resurrections team are gonna be tough. As we say this, I believe everybody's ready. So let's get
Yeah,
this
looks like it.
started as we can. Just telling everyone to go.
All right, heading into the first match. Resurrection versus Corinthians. We've done enough talking, or not even Corinthians in this one, Corinthians. Um,
I double checked like 3 times, and I still get it wrong. It's fine. Everybody sees it completely fine, and we
average
see it wrong.
Toxo
No, not an average Toxel. Alright, as soon as we get on the way, Corinthians putting up some pressure at the start.
That's what we like to see from them. This is what we want. This is what we asked for. This is what the doctor ordered. Still being sent into the middle, nothing really sort of managing to get on the end of it. Corinthians, no real direction in offense so far, though this is just the start of the game, so they are sort of finding their feet a little bit. This could be dangerous for Rezzurection. That's just going to be hit wide. And there's the hit out for Corinthians. Citywide Genie on the dribble, gets it past one, gets it past another, and he can't get a bump, and there's a miss for Clutch King. Not living up to his namesake.
Yeah, I was just about to say his name might be Clutch King, but missing those open nets are definitely the opposite of clutching. So you see this, Mike to the Citywide Genie, trying to get it mid for his teammate, blocked out by JWBS. Trying to pass it to Hamish, gets blocked by Mike. Lewis, up. Manages to clears it away. Clutch King keeps it in. And both teams looking really solid. No really mistakes, as clearly there's 0-0 scoreline apart from that one miss from Clutch King. And it's a shot from Lewis from out of nowhere. JWBS, managed to get around one, gets around the another, and Lewis is in the corner. Nobody really back for Corinthians.
Yeah, you can't help but think maybe that back post rotation is a bit too important to ignore, and also those comms just not coming in. With Mike and Clutch King, I think it was both committing at the front post. You leave the net wide open, so any shot, no matter the quality, as long as it's on target, will go in. So that's going to put Rezzurection up for the first time in this series, in this match. And this is, not the way that Corinthians want to start this. They want to come out strong, and they do now with Genie getting the at least shot into the bottom right. Good build-up play there from Mike.
Yeah, as we say, this is not the way we really want Corinthians coming out on this side. They just get it in the net. So maybe Corinthians are pulling one on us. They're like, okay, we'll let them think we're losing, and then we'll pull it out, and it's a tight game. Mike,
They know the script. They're well rehearsed.
yeah,
They're making sure that we get our entertainment value out of this.
It's just unfortunate in the script it says Rezzurection goal at 140. So
Well, we'll see if they go script or they go a bit improv on that one.
yeah. We say this.
Lewis, low boost. There's the shot. Good save there from Genie. Hit back in from JWB. His double taps are lethal. What a save that is from Clutch King. Reclaiming his title as the Clutch King of this game so far.
I think we can call them mediocre king so far.
Mediocre
he missed when he got one. That's average in my books. Good save from Rezzurection. JWBS jumps, can't touch. Mike gets bumped out of the way by Lewis. Citywide. Trying to, keep up the pressure, pop it mid for Clutch King. Doesn't really get the touch. He wants Clutch King with the shot, and it's straight in!
He's not average king anymore.
He's not average king! He is the actual Clutch. Gets it around Hamish, JWBS just front post.
If he continues this performance, you can even get rid of the Clutch. He is just the king.
Yeah.
He's been playing so well so far. It's been the champs that have been doing it for Corinthians so far. They've scored both the goals. Mike not had quite the influence that he wanted to. He's been a bit of a playmaker here and there. But you see Genie with another shot and Genie with the goal. 3-1 to Corinthians. Now this is what we're talking about from them.
Yeah, they're just coming out with the pressure. They're blocking off WJBS. He's in a little awkward spot because he got challenged, and it's just a 2-on-1 in net right there. It's just, them instant challenging, like we said they needed to do. They're doing it, and it's definitely given them the advantage over this game.
See Lewis likes to play with his mechanics, does him, and he almost gets the double tap off the Musty. Doesn't quite manage it. Hamish looking to build up some pressure in the corner now. No one's there to follow up. Lewis trying to play a bit of a menacing play style. Just get another. It's going to be an awkward bounce down. No one there with the shot, and that's going to be an awkward touch there from Hamish. This needs to be touched away by Lewis now. Shot from JWBS. Starting to calm down a little bit now.
Yeah, as we come down to these last minute of the game, Resurrection are down by 2, so they're going to be looking to try to find these holes in these rotations, trying to find a little bit more pressure, and it looks like they are getting it, but, Corinthians are just still going, They're pushing where they need to, they're rotating how they should, and everybody's getting a piece of the ball.
I think they play a very well balanced playstyle because I don't think he'll mind me saying this, but I don't think Mike is one of the top GCs by any means. But I also think the champs are very good. So I think because they're able to play on a similar sort of speed, that works in their advantage. Whereas I think a lot of other teams, where you see Jeffo, Reptic, even me, we're just too fast for the champs. I mean, me less so, but that speed difference can make a huge difference when it comes down to playstyle. You have so many options, so many more options when you can play around with your speed and match each other because you end up in the right places more often and less adaptations have to be made.
Yeah, you bring up a very valid point. Mike not really as being your GC, not really getting, as many points as you want to. 164s to his teammates, 400s apiece. But he was making those challenges he need to. He was stopping the passing plays. And he did get an assist, which is very crucial in actually winning and scoring.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not trying to downplay him at all. I just think he's not playing the traditional role that a GC plays in BGCS. So I think pioneering this sort of more balanced play style, I've said it to a few people before, that if you're able to master a balanced play style with two champs, you're going to go far. And with Corinthians Corinthians taking the first game of this series, they're looking to prove my theory.
Yeah. Well, everybody else sees it right though, so I don't know why you're saying it wrong. I have no idea. So we get on to game 2, Resurrection looking to take a game on this series. Mike, good kickoff. Lewis bangs it out. JWBS just gonna take boost possession here, trying to hopefully boost Avaledo. Does get the demo. Hamish in the proud murk that we seen him in when he's down. And well, that bounce him back, playing in the murk on 3s, better for 50s but worse in the air.
I've done it before and it's worked out really well for me. So I rate the play with the Merc. I know he goes for Gizmo, he goes for this, that, whatever. Just messing with what you're playing with, maybe making it a little bit less sort of try hard in a sense. Might help the mentality.
Yeah, I've definitely accidentally used a breakout before, and we did 3-0 sweep after it, so it worked for me, so hopefully it works for Rezzurection here. So you say this, City trying to pop it mid for his teammates, gets blocked by Lewis and cleared. Mike now has to be careful, fakes out Lewis. Mike trying to get it clear for his teammate mid. No one mid. And this is just going to give Rezzurection a free shot, and City misses, and it's in from Hamish.
Yeah, this is what not following up close does. You give the possession back to your opponents, they release a shot, and if you're not ready, it's just going to go in. So, lesson learned for Corinthians, follow up close, be there for your teammates.
Yeah, they're down, but definitely not out. Very, very early into the game. This Clutch King takes some control here. Gets it around 1. JWBS to Hamish, and Hamish with a shot and can't get saved. And that is a great passing pay from Resurrection.
we're talking about the bounce back car from Hamish. He scored 2 already in the Merc. It's definitely doing wonders for him so far.
Yeah,
Corinthians, absolutely no answer for it, you know, not really creating anything so far. Everything's disjointed. They're allowing Resurrection in where they just shouldn't. It seems like a complete flip of last match.
yeah, it is exactly a straight flip. Resurrection coming out with the pressure this game, where Corinthians, came out hot. So the real question is, can they bounce back from being down because they haven't been down yet?
Yeah. I do think Resurrection was just sort of warming up into the series last game. Like it wasn't a a blowout match, you know, it was a 3-1 and a close 3-1 at that. It didn't feel like Corinthians really like massively earned that lead. I think they just lackadaisical defense there from Resurrection and a few good chances there for Corinthians. I don't think they outplayed them massively, but they took the chances that they needed to, whereas Resurrection didn't. However, they have beaten this game, and I think that's the difference maker so far. Resurrection by far the better pressure holders.
Yeah, it's by the looks of it, Corinthians just making these tiny mistakes. Like
Oh,
trying to pass it at the clutch was almost great pass play. City
that's,
banging it the wrong way. Lewis looking for a double tap,
yeah,
and Mike hits it in.
yeah, it's a bit of a
Un-
lofty hit there from Genie. He wanted a bit more power and a bit more direction back, rather than teeing it up for his opponent's GC, not even one of the champs. That double, if it wasn't scored by Mike, it would have been scored by Lewis. So
yeah,
I guess you do score a goal there from Mike. So that's his first goal of the series.
yeah, not nothing wrong with accidentally passing to your teammate. Just not in a tournament format. That would probably be the greatest. As I say this, Genie gets it over one. JWBS with a good clear. Can he control? Goes for a flip reset. Gets a weird ground touch. Mike with the save. And
Good there from Mike. And it does feel like Corinthians are able to get out of defense, but they're not able to create anything lethal enough to challenge Resurrection. They just sort of take a shot, then a clear's made, and then they rush back and double commit. Is the plan to sort of start an offense isn't there. Where are your teammates? Where are your passes? Where are your 50-50s? Where are your close follows? All of these things need to be happening to create an effective offense. If you don't have any of that, then you're not going to score, and they haven't. So
yeah, see, look,
get back into gear, Corinthians. Come on.
yeah, see, look. The thing is, they had everything lining up for them last game as JWBS comes on with two demos. Yeah, so they had like everything they needed last game. They were going for these midfield passes. They were going and playing decently tight, but not leaving too much space in the backfield, and it was working for them. And this game kind of seems like they're playing a bit nervous. They're a bit everywhere, and yeah, as we come down with these last 30 seconds, it is 3-0.
Yeah, and I think at this point you've got to start thinking about when are these teams going to use their um use their timeouts. You know, no team has gone down. I mean, Resurrection went down in the first game. They didn't use their timeout, and now they come back and win 3-0. So maybe Corinthians is like, okay, we need to sort of stop and think about it because we won the first game, but it wasn't convincing. We lose the second game convincingly. So where is that momentum going? Well, it's Resurrections. It's all Resurrections. If they keep going like this, yeah, they called a
And
timeout here with Mike.
exactly what I thought.
Yeah,
I was gonna exactly say as soon as you stop finishing, if I was Corinthians losing 3-0, playing a little bit weird, I would definitely call a timeout here, and they have. Do you think this is
yeah.
a better spot to have a timeout? Or would you wanted it, say, if they drop another?
Um, so I sort of agree, sort of don't agree. Me personally, I would have waited to lose another. I would have used this minute to sort of be like, right, okay, look, what we did didn't work. I need you to guys challenge more in midfield. I need you to play defense from midfield. Um, all of what you were doing in the first game is gone. So you just revert, go go next, sort of be like, okay, it's fine. Reset mentals, try it again. If you go down another, then you've got the timeout to really talk about it. That's what I do, but I don't disagree with the timeout being here. I think if they've got something to say, they'll say it. Losing a game 3 is going to give you a decent amount of insight. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, but also not the worst fan of this decision.
Yeah, I know. I just think Corinthians were playing a little bit I guess nervous in the second game. So hopefully this 2 minute timeout plus the minute we had before, can like give them a little time to like relax. Take a deep breath, stop being so shaky, and just play how they know how they should be playing, how they did in the first game.
I tell you what the difference is. I think because they went up, they were like, right, okay, I don't want to lose a game. So they went into a bit sort of like turtle shell mode and just sort of not wanting to concede, but not really creating anything out of defense, which led to the pressure being kept on them, which eventually they're gonna break and concede, and they did, and they didn't change that throughout the game. It's up to them now to realize, like, we just need to send someone. We just need to go. First man in threes is always expendable. You can always just send them to get a reaction out of the offense, defense, whatever. And the second man comes up, and that's when it's getting a bit more vital, like something needs to be done here. Third man is purely clutch.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah,
yeah, as me Toxel being a verified third man godlike guy, the most important thing about being that third man is having your calm. So hopefully, they can find it somewhere. And yeah, that first man, like you were saying, is always suspendable. They can fake challenge, they can try to go for a demo, they can even whiff. It's not really a big mistake if that first man isn't playing the greatest. As we
okay. Well, 1-1 in the series. We head into game 3. This is turning out to be as close as we'd hoped it would be. You see Clutch King go up for the offense. That's going to just drift on in. Hamish not able to get a touch. And Corinthians start off strong, 8 seconds in.
Yeah, after losing the 3-0 game, this is what they need coming into this. They gain a bit more confidence, They need this first goal and they get it.
That's why a timeout is so important, just to stop that momentum alone, let alone to reset your mentals. If all of that is done, there's a pass middle, a shot wide, and maybe a little bit rushed attempt there. But the pressure is still there, getting commits coming out from Rezzurection and dealing decently well out of defense is Corinthians. So I've got full confidence in them to win this next game.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, they want to win it. They're making challenges. Everybody's on the ball right now. How they should be, and they definitely look like they have the most pressure. As I
Ooh,
say this, it's almost a goal from City. Genie. Lewis looking to bang out to his teammate. Can't really get the shot. JBS to Hamish. Hamish with a 50. Genie gets bumped by Mike. Not really the best thing you want to happen in defense.
ooh, good save there from Genie. To clear out from Clutch King. That was a good sort of catch and then flick out. Genie punching that one at Lewis. Reacts well. Now Mike. They always like to take it into the corner, but then they don't have the boost to follow up, so it just sort of fizzles out and then a clear is made. And maybe Corinthians just need to cut the ball, go for a shot instead, play a bit more directly into Rezzurection, force them to react to their shots rather than take it into the corner and let them have time to make a challenge.
Yeah, you know, there's a good saying in Rocket League, you know, your corner is the most comfortable place to be
Oh,
on the
that's
field. There's
oh,
not really coming anything from your
oh,
corner. That was almost a try from Corinthians. Mike looking for a shot, doesn't really get the touch he wants. Lewis fakes it or misses. I'm gonna say fake. Clutch King trying to get a goal, pops it out mid for his team. There's no
oh
one
no.
there, and they's just gonna fizzle down. No, gets cleared out, not a lot. Mike looking for top left, almost gets it. And Corinthians have been robbed in these past 20 seconds.
Yeah, I think they've done so well in offense, but they just can't find the last piece. You know, we've seen this happen so many times where they've got the creativity, they've got the aggression, and it's exactly what you were asking for. Just all of the challenges, all of the shots, just none of it's gone in. 6 shots already, and two shots for Resurrection. This has gone exactly opposite. We're flip flopping between games, Toxay.
Yeah, and if you if
That's
you
Corinthians' time to be in charge.
yeah, and if you look at this more aggression side coming from Corinthians, they're getting a lot more demos than they were the second game. And it kind of happened the first game as well. They were getting these demos which were messing up the rotations and was helping with more pressure. So maybe just demos for Corinthians
Ooh.
work. As I say this, Lewis almost gets a godlike goal. Genie up. Hamish gets it around Genie. And Genie just gonna try to take it slow here. Fake out Hamish. Little bit awkward in the corner. Clutch the save the
Oh,
clear him out.
JWB. Decent clear. Hamish not fast enough to make another clear. Mike with the shot. I feel like Mike needs to really be pioneering these devilish shots. So their Clutch King is like, no, stand aside. That's my job. I'm going to get the 2 goals. And they're ahead too now. They're looking so confident. Timeouts are so effective.
Yeah, you know, coming from 3 down, you know, having that timeout definitely looks like they cleared the mind. They've shaken off the nerves, and they're ready to win this thing. You know, they're 2 up. You got a minute left for Resurrection. They're not really getting much offensive attacks. As I say this, a double commit from Corinthians might go in Resurrection's favor.
Oh my
Lewis
goodness.
misreads. Hamish looking for a shot. Both on the backboard, and Clutch gets the save.
Genie trying to make a play out from defence. Gets it as far as Hamish. Bit of an awkward touch there, but it's still going to loft down middle. Genie into the corner. And not too dangerous there. Lewis trying to make a play. Resurrection trying to play that in-your-face playstyle, but Corinthians just not phased by it whatsoever. Taking time where they need to. Genie gets a nice cut. There's a fake, I guess, from Clutch King.
Yeah, let's call it a
JWB not going to fall for it.
Yeah, let's call that a fake. You know, he has Clutch in his
Yeah.
name. Everything he does is meant for it. As we say this, JWBS looking for a double tap. It gets misreaded and gets blocked. Hamish a little awkward. Clutch just going to touch the ball. Double commit from Corinthians. Not really going to matter as we come down to this last second. And that will be game 3 for Corinthians. But
Yeah, I mean 2-1 up now, and that is wild. I thought it would be, Resurrection sort of go up 2, then Corinthians take a timeout, win 2, Resurrection take a timeout, and then win the last game. I thought it was going to be something like that, but no, Corinthians taking the lead again. Let's just hope that they can keep it for mine the Toxo's sake, but for the sake of the streams, for the sake of enjoyment. Let's hope Resurrection make the comeback, and then we go to a game 5 OT, 19 minutes. Yeah, let's go for that.
yeah, I'll be down to stay here for an hour and a half, I guess.
Let's go.
Honestly, watching a 90-minute OT, I don't see any better. I kind of hope that happens now. You kind of, yeah.
I'm speaking it into existence. Come on, boys.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Well, that is on the script, so hopefully they follow it.
Yeah.
We
Let's
just
do the gauntlet. Come on.
we just can't tell you the score. It may be an hour and a half OT, but you know you have to stick around to find out. As we get on to game 4, when I guess Corinthians' extra player joins, which he has now.
Yep.
And Corinthians currently 2-1, hoping to keep up the momentum and hoping to take the series.
There was no timeout there from Rezzurection, which is an interesting decision. I will always vouch for the timeout to be taken. There's no reason not to. But there's a missed chance there from Genie,
Yeah, it
looking
was.
to take advantage of the momentum that they've got and that they've been given by Rezzurection for not taking the timeout.
Yeah, both Corinthians, coming again out of the kickoff, with solid pressure. We're only 30 seconds in this match, but they look like they kept the momentum. They didn't cool off. As I say this, Clutch King gets a good 50. JW trying to get it clear. Genie tries to pop it over one. Mike, just playing the third man here, doesn't really want to commit too much. And I don't really blame him. As I say this, almost a double commit into Resurrection's corner.
JWB looking to be mechanical. He does try something, doesn't get the flip reset or any meaningful touch. Genie with the flick over to Clutch King, can't get on top of it. JWB with the clear to the side. Now Mike looking for a pass, doesn't get it. Clutch King gets the block in. And like you said, they're playing so well. Corinthians, able to get those challenges in, but JWB, there was a block in front of net, and that's an insane touch from Lewis to get that mid, and JWB right on his forehead. He's gonna sort that one in.
Yeah, getting Lewis having that pre-jump, understanding where Genie's gonna touch that ball was very crucial there, Resurrection are 1 goal up so far. Looking to not lose this series right here. And Hamish looking for a redirect wide. Sadie Genie has to dodge a bump. Little awkward. And Clutch kind of just clears it out. And Resurrection has taken over the pressure side.
Yeah, I feel like after that first goal, Corinthians got a bit scared. They're not challenging soon enough, and Lewis gets a nice flick over with the shot. And yeah, it's like I was saying, and another insane touch from JWB. What is that about?
Yeah,
But he gets this to a teammate, and it's the perfect shot there.
Yeah, if I was Corinthians right now, I'd be screaming down the mic, "Push the ball, please!"
Yeah.
They were doing it in the first game they won. They did it in the
Oh, there
second
it
game one,
is.
and then he pushed the ball and he gets a goal. So, hopefully, they understand this pushing ball is good.
Hit ball equals good. More shots equals more goals.
Yeah,
That is
and
how this game works.
yeah, that's definitely the right experience for this season. Nobody really using brain in ranked. It's
Wow, no, who needs that?
yeah,
Who needs a
true.
brain?
So we say this,
I
Lewis
think
looking
that's
for
Mike's
flip
first goal, by the
reset.
way.
I believe so. Mike with a good save. Clutch King looking to beat out JW. Manages leading at 50. Shot from Hamish, saved by Genie. Very crucial.
I think Genies, like both of the champs from Corinthians, whilst they're not the most mechanical players in the world, they've made so many fantastic decisions. They're outperforming their GC in the vast majority of games. I find it hard to believe that this team is functioning the way it is. Every once in a while, like a champ will carry a GC, but for it to be this consistent, that just speaks volumes to Genie and Clutch King in terms of their play.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous I don't have these two champs on my team. These guys are popping off in a way I would love to see as Lewis takes a shot. Genie awkward,
What a
saved by
save.
Mike. Ooh.
Pressure's still there. Hamish with the miss. Mike.
What the shot?
Good to be sent astray. JWB out of defense. Loves an air dribble. Passes it off to Hamish. Gonna be easy clear from Mike. Again, no direction out of defense from Corinthians. They tend to be quite good at getting the ball. That's a pinch in from JWB. Reads to play well. Realizes that his opponent isn't getting a good touch here. And that's just going to go straight on in. That's 2 goals. Still doable in this match. 1 minute 24. It's
Yeah.
starting to feel more and more out of reach now.
Yeah, You know, you still got a minute 20 left. It's only 2 goals. You know, if they clear their mind, they can definitely get two in this time. As I say, this clutch,
Oh,
Genie, sorry, gets it around one. Was almost a play. Lewis takes control in the corner, tries to get it down to Hamish.
oh,
Who missed there? Corinthians
that's a
just
very
missing. I'm not
unfortunate
too sure
miss.
who that was.
I think it was, yeah, Clutch King, yeah.
Clutch King just not being the clutch this match, clearly.
No, I mean, you're allowed to have off matches, but when you don't have a timeout anymore and you're about to go to game 5,
And
you
double.
kind of need to be performing now. This is the time to be clutch. If you're not being clutch, I'm not sure you're allowed that title, despite how he's played in the previous 3 matches.
You know, I think we can still give him the title. You know, he's done good enough to have a bad game, which you know sounds bad. You know, you don't really want to be having an off game, but he's done enough for his team. You can't expect this man to be popping off every game, and he almost gets a goal. And
It's going to be a good demo there from Genie. And heading into the next match, are Resurrection going to use their timeout just because, or are they just going to leave it and go next? Because I feel like there's no real logic in terms of when people use timeouts or not. I don't know. But there's going to be a consolation goal from Mike. Gets another. What
JWBS.
are they thinking for next match, Toxo? Like, what are their thoughts?
Corinthians or Resurrection? I, s- as-
Corinthians.
hmm. I think you know their thoughts are okay. So we can clearly take games. We brought this to game 5. You know we could have closed it out here. It's a little upsetting, but I think for them, you know, they just say clear mind, push ball, play game, and
Yep.
I think that's the 3 most important words you can say, and I think that's all that needs to be said for this team.
Hit ball in net.
No, just
Is that simple?
hit ball, play game, don't be scared. That's all the words Corinthians need.
Yeah. You just got to send it. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. So if they do win it, they'll be on the same win rate as Resurrection.
And
So
Resurrection
yeah,
not taking their time out. You know, they've
that is fair on that one. To be fair, I'm not blaming them for that one. They want to keep that momentum up.
see
They're
look
12 shots to 4 as
see look. I probably would have took the timeout as a player because you know, even though you have the momentum, game 5 is a whole different game. You know, it feels like at 1 second you're playing Rocket League and next second you're playing I don't know Candy Crush. You know,
well. I don't know. For me, I'm like if you're on the side of you've just won a match, you're going into the final match, you've got that momentum. I know momentum doesn't really mean much, but you've got that mentality as well. You've just won, you're elated. Your opponents are down, they don't have a timeout, they don't have much time to think. You've got to capitalize on that. If you take a timeout, it's going to be more beneficial for Corinthians than it is for Resurrection after coming out of that last game.
yeah,
So I don't, you know, Resurrection made the right choice there in my mind.
yeah. I guess when you put it like that, I'm not too sure what is happening.
Are we playing the game? Come on, lads, get in the lobby.
Come on, we like to move it, move it.
I've got Corinthians convinced on that one.
Yeah, you know, if
Resurrection tentatively
Resurrection
joining.
doesn't feel like joining, you know, free win for Corinthians.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be up for that, but
I'd be down. Does anyone have the Resurrection's IP address? You know, we'll just boot them offline quickly.
let's not condone that.
Yeah, no,
Um,
let's not condone that. Don't for legal reasons, don't do that. As we getting on in game 5, Resurrection looking to come out with pressure, and they are. Not a spot Corinthians want to be in every time they're on the receiving end of pressure they get scored on.
hmm. They seem to be doing well with the very little boost that they have. Mike trying to work on nothing. His teammate Genie going for the shot. There's a good block from JWB. A turn from Mike and Clutch King. That's looking dangerous. There's the shot. Top bins and Genie with a great save there. That's a good dunk from JWB. He's just everywhere, man. If the ball's up in the air, so is JWB.
Yeah, you know, Lewis with the first shot with Genie trying to save. You know, Lewis went for the bump. Genie kept his nerves under control and then managed to get the save. And then JWBS with the counter shot. You know, just no one there to really get it out. And that will be Rezzurection 1-0 in Game 5.
Corinthians looking to strike back instantly. There's almost a shot there. Not going to go in. And now pressure's back on Rezzurection side. Although Mike gets a vital touch there. Sending this one into the corner. Not the most dangerous spot. Though the dunk could almost be made. That's going to be sent out. And JWB trying to create something. Hamish, another great touch there. Sent off the backboard. There's the shot. And there's the goal from Clutch King. He's back at it again. He's performing well, and we're all tied up in this last match. We're all set up for an OT now if we don't score for the next 3 minutes, 36 seconds.
I'm just so confused on what happened to the Rezzurection defense. You know, they had two people in net and both go for back left boost. I guess they wanted the boost more than they wanted the save.
Yeah.
Clutch King.
Maybe they just didn't communicate it properly. You know, sometimes that happens. Like, oh, my teammate's back. And then they're not, and then you're like, I need to get back, and then you can't, and then it's a goal. Sometimes these things happen. It's hard to sort of be like, okay, it's fine, go next.
Yeah,
it is just a stupid mistake, and they can't really learn too much from that other than just be more aware.
Yeah, we come over the Clutch King, passes it off the Genie. Genie looking to push into the corner, gets it around one. Clutch King gets a bad touch, and they're both double committing for that. Rezzurection can't convert. Sorry. Hamish looking to just keep the pressure up. Genie bangs it out to Clutch King. Clutch King looking for a shot, gets it around Lewis. Doesn't get the shot, though. And I was looking high hopes for Corinthians on that pressure play.
Hamish with the shot, good block there. Clutch King, the man of the hour. Mike. To the side, good control there from JWB. And Lewis. Let's see what the mechanics can bring out this time. There's a bump from his teammate. It's not what he wants. Now Genie. There's a good hit onto the backboard. Genie again, touch to the side. Just didn't give himself enough time, space to get that shot on target. Mike trying to get the touch underneath. Nowadays JWB with a pinch attempt doesn't get it. Now things starting to slow down a bit more for Rezzurection out of defense now.
Lewis looking for a crucial clear. Gets it. Gonna keep chasing the ball down. Gets it around one in the corner. Genie with the block. And both miss into the corner. JWBS trying to get it mid. Gets it mid. Hamish with the wide shot. Lewis looking to come in. Gets blocked by Genie. And that was almost a goal by Rezzurection.
They've had so many good attempts so far, but Corinthians looking to hold on to this, and they get the goal there. What a pass that is. Mike with a clang on shot. Like, what? Clutch King. He's so good. he's just good.
Clutch King with the clutch saves, clutch saves, clutch assists.
I can't speak anymore. They've broken us.
Yeah.
What is this?
No, just try to say clutch save over and over 5 times. It's kind of hard.
But you said cluck and saves. Like, they're not chickens. Come on.
Let's see, as we get on to the last minute of Rocket League. Hopefully, you know, Corinthians trying to not let up another goal. As I say, there's immense pressure for Rezzurection. Can't convert. And Mike looking to fake one. Gets a 50. Genie misses. And Mike back on the ball looking for a flick. Mike looking for mid pass. Gets it around Hamish. No one made for Corinthians. That could have been a goal.
It's a 1v1 situation. There's a good bump. There's another one put into the corner. No, Clutch King can't get another touch. Mike knows exactly what he needs to do. It's just waste time. 30 seconds. You build up pressure. Get passes in the middle. There's a shot. There's a crossbar. Clutch King with another shot, and there's a clear up from JWB. Counter-attack is on.
And he hits
Just
it too
17
far.
seconds. There's the pass middle. He can't get around it. Corinthians fully in charge of this now. They just need to get those challenges in early. Make sure that they can't create anything. We're just looking for that timer to tick down for Corinthians. Let me hit out into the middle. 0 seconds. They're trying to keep this up. 0-second heroics. Always on the board.
Corinthians just need to drop this ball. They don't want to keep it up anymore. As soon as it touches the ground, Corinthians take this series. Mike going up for a challenge. Lewis going for another challenge. Mike gets a good 50. And they double commit and it's down. And that is a win for Rezzurection. Sorry, not Rezzurection, Corinthians.
Corinthians.
I can't speak.
GG's Corinthians, you were the better team. And this is a result that I don't think anyone else was expecting. I think both of us were sort of thinking, oh yeah, it could probably be close, but Rezzurection on paper are the better team.
Yeah.
But Corinthians played the game that they had to play. They played so well together, didn't let the ball chasing get over them, got those passes in, got those counterattacks in, and they won it.
Yeah, you know, and I guess it's the commentator curse today. You know, we said Rezzurection are gonna win, Rezzurection lose in a good fashion by Corinthians. And then today, me and GCI predicted
Flame to 3
Flame to
3-1,
3-1, and they lost 3-0. And I think we have to stop doing predictions.
I think we need to plan to not make the same prediction. I mean, although this does benefit us, and we do have to think about implications going into the next week and the rest of the weeks, actually. You're looking at these teams now, they're so equal. There are so many teams that are 2-1. All it takes is to lose maybe 1, maybe 2 more, and you're just out. If you lose like 3 more games, you are out.
Yeah, and Corinthians winning there definitely helps mine and your teams.
Yeah.
So I will say thank you, Corinthians, for popping off. And
it's meant to be, that's why.
And honestly, a very well fought game for both teams. You know, both very sided. You know, one team on one game having up the pressure and then completely switched on the second game, and you know, Corinthians just breaking that, switching up the momentum and managing to take the game 5.
Yeah, I think I saw so many people saying, "Oh, Rezzurection take this 3-0, 3-1," and people saying it was disrespectful to put Corinthians so close to Rezzurection. But having played against them, they're difficult to play against. I think this is a team that is arguably going to be top 4. Probably going to be top 4, actually. Purely because of their playstyle. I don't think they're individually better than many other teams, but because of the way that they play with each other, it feels like they've played with each other for so much longer than anyone else has. And I think they're using that to their advantage. Able to get out of defense, especially, is one of their strong suits, and I don't think many other teams have that asset. So well played, Corinthians. You showed people not to sleep on you.
Yeah, you know, Corinthians, you know, not really the greatest in defense, I will say. You know, they have the double commits in defense a little bit more than the average team. But, you know, definitely couldn't hold that defense position long enough for them to come out with a counterattack. Their Corinthians' main attack in offense, though, was passing plays throughout the mid. So, you know, teams looking up looking forward from now, if you're going to be playing against Corinthians, watch out for those mid passes.
For sure. And that is going to be it for today. This is the last match. We do have one tomorrow, I believe.
We have 2 tomorrow, actually.
2 tomorrow, but I think one of them's off stream, right?
Yeah, one of them is off stream because they 2 games are being played at the same time.
Yeah, I believe it's the Orpheus Dynasty that's going to be off stream. And I can't remember which one's going to be on stream, but we're going to
Clinical
be here
versus
anyway.
Broken are going to be on stream.
Clinical versus Broken. Now that is an interesting match.
And that
I
game
look
is
forward.
at, sorry to cut you off, that game is at 8 BST tomorrow.
Better
So
be there. We've also got the podcast coming at some point, I assume, afterwards.
I
Um,
don't know if we're doing the Sunday again or we're doing it on Saturday. It will be.
we'll figure it out and we'll let you know.
Yeah.